Hi, my name is Jasmine Shear, and I am doing the YouTube video project on the book called The Teacher Who Couldn't Read by John Corcoran. This book was first published in 1994 and was recently republished in 2008. This is an autobiography by John Corcoran and basically tells his life as a child and his illiteracy that not only traveled into his teenage years but into his adult life until he was 48 years old. But before I get to his age and when he learned to read, he's been public about his story and has been labeled himself as the teacher who couldn't read. He's been given many speeches across the world, nationally, about how illiteracy is such a major issue in the world and how even he, as a person, struggled with this for so many years and was not able to get it until a certain age. He believes that teachers should use screening tests on their kids, on their students, since illiteracy is a major issue, to evaluate their reading skills, their levels, and use those results on each child to help them better acquire the skills to become a good reader. And he also believes that reading is the cornerstone of all formal education and all careers. Without being able to read and know how to comprehend and understand what you're reading, it's kind of a struggle to be able to communicate with your clients or your coworkers or your customers. Reading is basically a stepping stone to everything that you will ever do in life, because you have to learn and know what you're reading, what you're learning, because that's how you learn. You understand what you're reading, and if you don't comprehend and learn how to comprehend what you're reading, you're really never going to know anything. At the age of 48 is when John Corcoran learned how to read for the first time. Although in his younger ages he said that he was able to put together little words and stuff like that, but he couldn't read smoothly. He couldn't get out words without not understanding them or anything. So when he was 48, he went to an adult clinic. It was taught by a 65-year-old woman over a course of 13 months. And during those 13 months, he got better, but when he first started, he had the reading skills of a sixth grader at 48 years old. So that just shows you that at what age or at any age, anybody can have those reading problems. After he was taught to read over those 13 months, he had to go to another clinic to learn to understand the comprehension of those words and what he was reading. And he was taught to visualize and verbalize those words and be able to put them together so he could know and be able to reciprocate what he learned in that story or in that book that he was reading. The moral of the story that I got from John Corcoran is that it can be done. It being that reading can be done by anybody, no matter how severe your struggle is or no matter how severe your difficulties are when you're trying to read and learn and comprehend the words that you're reading. Anybody can do it, whether it's you're a 4-year-old or a 48-year-old. And he stressed in his book that we have to, as teachers, parents, friends, anybody if we're associated with a child, to teach that child the basic reading skills and not just throwing things at them, telling them to read this. We have to work with them, especially the ones who are having more difficulty and can't grasp right away the understanding of reading and what they're reading. And he stresses that illiteracy is such a major issue throughout the world and we have to do something about it. Again, the book was called The Teacher Who Couldn't Read by John Corcoran. If you want to take a look at it, it's a really great book. I loved it, and I learned so much about what I would do as a future educator, as a future teacher, to better adjust to my children and learn their needs and teach them the basic skills of reading. Thank you.